I talk about this all the time. You know the difference between us and Jesus? When Jesus felt weak, he wasn't ashamed of himself. When we feel weak, we're ashamed of ourselves. When Jesus saw he had an inability to clothe himself with life, he wasn't ashamed of himself. When we see we have an inability to bring forth life, we're ashamed of ourselves. You see, that's the only difference. Jesus went right to God in his weakness. And I want to talk about this a little bit today probably, but we have such a perverted doctrine that we think Jesus did what he did by his own strength. We do. We think that.
That's true.
And that keeps us from identifying with him. He didn't do anything by his own strength. None of the good that Jesus did was by his own strength. Every good thing that came out of Jesus was by the Father, through the Father, by the power of the Holy Spirit. Everything. You could say it this way. Jesus' members were taken captive by the Spirit of life. You know why Paul uses that language, taken captive?
Because you don't have a choice.
Demonstrate that you're not the one doing it.
That's right.
It's not your strength.
You're taking care.
Oh, that's awesome.
He also used that with sin. Sin takes your members captive. It actually makes you do things you don't want to do. So how are you going to be ashamed of yourself because that's what you find yourself doing? If you find something coming out of you that you don't like, listen, man, don't confuse the thing you see that you don't like with yourself. The two things are separate. They're not one. You're not braided together with the thing you don't like.
No.
You're not one with the sin that you see in your life that you don't like. You're one with God.